and I'm here to teach you about knife skills. Knife skills are so important because you're gonna cut your cooking time in half and enjoy that small amount of time that you're in the kitchen so much more. Here's what you need. You need a good cutting board. You can use plastic, you can use wood, you can use maple. Don't use glass, it's gonna hurt your knife. You need a wet washcloth to place under your cutting board or a paper towel like this so that your board does not move while you're chopping. See? And you need a garbage bowl. You need to know how to hold your knife. You take it in your hand, you put your thumb at an angle, and you bend your finger like this, and then you wrap your 3 fingers around. When you're chopping, this part of your knife should not leave the board. It's very important that it doesn't. Now remember, the sharper your knife, the less it's gonna slip and the less likely you are to get hurt. Let's start with an apple. You take the apple and you find your flat surface. This will hold it and help you from not slipping. Now, your non-dominating hand is your claw. Your knuckles are gonna guide your knife, and this part of your knife does not leave the board. And you're gonna slice in a gliding motion. The importance also of chopping is that each piece will come out the same size, so when you're roasting vegetables or sauteing, it will all cook evenly as opposed to parts and little pieces burning. The next thing we're gonna slice is a melon. Any kind of melon, a pineapple, all of those you can learn right here. So we're gonna cut off our top and our bottom, find our flat surface, and now I'm just gonna skin it this way. Cut it in half. We take out the seeds and then we're gonna slice it. The next thing we're gonna chop is a cucumber. The important thing to know always is to cut off the ends and then immediately find your flat surface. And you're gonna create a tunnel. Anytime you have something thin, create a tunnel for your knife. Now that you have this flat surface, you can either slice it again, which we'll do for the next one, or you can do nice half moons. Look how my knife is gliding, and my knuckles are moving back as my knife is gliding through this cucumber. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how to finely chop a cucumber. We're gonna still have our flat surface, and we're gonna thinly slice the cucumber. Then you line it up with your knife, and then again, we're gonna glide. Start out slowly, don't be afraid. Start out really slowly gliding, and then eventually you'll be able to go like this. The other nice thing of having a big knife is you can use it to help you transfer your item to a bowl, like such. The next thing we're gonna chop is a potato. I'm gonna teach you a few ways. Find your flat surface, and then either you can do half moons, which is really nice for roasting. You could just add olive oil and your favorite spices and you have a beautiful side dish. And the other ones we're gonna make French fries. We're gonna create a tunnel and we're gonna slice it thinly. And then we're gonna turn it over and put it into a roasting pan in the oven and roast it on high for about 40 minutes with your favorite spices and olive oil. And you have these beautiful French fries. Okay, we're gonna chop a pepper. You take your pepper and you cut off the stem and you find your flat surface and you slice it down. Look how little waste there is. Now you find your flat surface and we're gonna slice it again. The next thing we're gonna chop is the garlic. So we have 2 cloves here and we're gonna smash it, and that makes it much easier to peel. Now we peel it, it really just falls off. And now we're gonna do the same things we learned before. We're gonna cut off the little end, and then we're gonna glide through it and then chop it again. That's how you get thinly sliced garlic, and if you want it really chopped, you run your knife over it a bunch of times until it's the size you want. It takes no time at all if you have a good big knife. Now we're gonna chop an onion 2 ways. We take our onion and we're gonna chop off the top and the bottom and then cut it in half and find our flat surface. And now you peel it. Now, if you're sauteing onions and want thinly sliced, you go with the grain and go down, chopping each piece. If you want it small minced, you go almost until the end, and then we're gonna turn it and chop it, like this. And you get this small minced onion. Now we're gonna chop fresh herbs, and we're gonna start with basil. You take the basil leaves off the stem, and you find your biggest leaf and wrap the rest inside. You roll it away from you, and then fold it over. Then you start thinly slicing, just like we did the apples and the cucumbers and the rest. Thank you so much for watching my knife skills video. I highly recommend you watch it a few times and practice, and you'll be able to fly through any recipe you follow.